Why is regret the biggest pain that we are going to face in our life? So I was talking with one of my mentors, and every time that we're talking, he's always asking me this specific question. Depending on what we're talking about, he's always saying, okay, what is going to happen if you do not do that thing? What's going to happen if you don't do anything about it in the next, it could be 1 month, based on what we are talking about. It could be 1 month, or it could even be 1 year, or 5 years, or 10 years from now. So it could be like this. Okay, what's gonna happen if you don't do this and nothing changes for the next 2 to 5 years? How is your life gonna be like? And every time that he asks me this, I know that question, but every time that he asks me this, it's kind of like everything stopped, and I have to face the reality, because 199% of the time we are not facing the thing, the reality. We are just in our mind, like generating thought and thinking about what we want, but we are not actually facing the reality. So this question has been so helpful to me, because it always helped me to see, okay, where am I now in this physical reality? And every time that I hear that question, I have to stop and really like consider it, because that's actually how it is. If you're doing something and you don't change the way you're doing it, specifically when you're not getting the result that you're wanting to get, then what's gonna happen then in the next 2 years, 3 years from now? Because we always like to think that no, I'm gonna do something about it, and so on. But the reality is that in the last year we have not done anything about it. So why do we think that in the next year we are going to do something about it? It's not like that. We are not. So that's why when I ask myself that question, it really helps me to see that, oh, I need to get this done. I need to do this thing, because if I don't, I'm still gonna repeat the same thing over and over and over again, and therefore I'm not gonna get what I want. And it was pretty fascinating, because regret is the biggest pain that you're gonna face in your life, because the regret is always in the past. We always regret things that are in the past, and the past is the past. You can never go back in your past. That's the hardest thing with regret. You can never ever go back in your past. So that's why the only moment that you have is now. You can plan something in the future, but the past, you can only look at it and say, fuck, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. But now you have the present. What are you going to do with it? And I made a video with Megan, and the video is in French. If you understand French, that's great, you can go and watch it. And she was talking about how using all those things that I talk about here, like TechnoTutor, DIP, self-forgiveness, the community, like using them has helped her to where she's now. She's been using the tool for 2 years, and where she is now after 2 years of using them, she has never ever thought to be this far in her life, just in 2 years. So after 2 years, she's married, she has a bigger house, many cars, she has cats. She loves her cats so much, by the way. So she's having this amazing lifestyle that she never thought to have 2 years ago. And she's not the only one. I have another guy, Mitchell, and for him, he had a vision board. He has a vision board. So a vision board is the place where you write your goals, stuff that you want to do in your life. He has a vision board, and on his vision board, he has a 10 years plan for his life. And using this tool that we have has helped him to get his 10 years vision plan within 2 years. Within 2 years, he got his 10 years vision. So talking about that, or seeing that those people doing that over and over again, really make me see that, wow, what would have happened to me if I did not make the decision to actually start this process, or this journey, or using this tool, TechnoTutor. Because like I said, the biggest thing that you're gonna face, like the biggest pain that we're gonna face, is regret, because we cannot go back in the past. We cannot go back in the past, so we are gonna have to live with it. Yes, we can let that go by taking the best decisions now so that we can actually start changing it now, but we are gonna have to face those regrets. And unless we actually look at life the way it is, like the reality, like asking yourself that question, what's going to happen if nothing changes in the next years? Because if you do not ask yourself that question with some honesty, 10 years from now you're going to be pretty much at the same spot, but you're not going to understand what happened, because now it's the end of the year and many people, they are just happy because some Christmas are coming, they're gonna get gifts, they're gonna give gifts, and it's gonna be this all joy thing. But after that, what? Right? So the point for this one, for the regret one, is to actually consider, like, okay, what is it that I am doing? And how is that, where am I gonna be in the next 5 years from now if I keep on doing the things that I'm doing right now? Because if I do not, my life is gonna be the same, and that regret, that pain that you feel in your chest, like, fuck, why didn't I do this? What would have happened if? When you start asking yourself those questions, what if? What would have happened if? What if? Those that you are already into regret. So now the point is, how can you make sure that you have less and less of them in the future? It's by starting now. By starting now, making those decisions that you know that you have to make them. Because if you don't, nothing is going to change. Unfortunately, that's the reality. If you don't change your patterns, the way you're doing things, your mindset, you're going to keep on creating the same thing over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, you're going to regret everything. Because like I said, regret is in the past, and there's literally nothing you can do to go back in the past. There's nothing like that. So start now designing a future that you want for yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna live your life in regret. Is that what you want?